for MMA H.E.A.T. I'm here with Glover Teixeira, who will be fighting at UFC 153 against Fabio Maldonado, and we're here at Black House. And, you know, it's an interesting thing. Obviously, you get to fight in Rio. You are Brazilian, but you've been based here in the States a little bit more. But how's it feel to have a fight back in the homeland?
Oh, it's great, you know. I'm excited to fight at UFC there. I was in UFC, they both Rio, they have 3 UFC in Brazil, but like I was in the first one and the second one. And man, the crowd, and I'm just imagining me walking to the ring and all the crowd, it's just like, I can't wait. But
you're fighting a Brazilian, so does that add any stress to it? I mean, does that make the dynamic a little different?
Not really. I mean, a little bit, because I really like to fight Rampage and everything. Maldonado, I know him, and never trained with him like some people think I did, but it's just like, yeah, the crowd, you know, the crowd, it doesn't matter, man. The crowd just like MMA, and the people say, oh, they're going to be half and a half. I don't know, but like, it's just a fight, you know. We're going to put an excited fight, so it's going to be really fun.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are both definitely the kind that can stand and throw some punches, so is that what you're expecting? Is that a big slugfest is what you're expecting?
You know, this is MMA. I mean, I got to go, you know, of course we're going to start standing up, and we're going to trade a punch, you know, but, you know, I got to be smart about it, and I have more tools than him, you know. I have more like ground and everything, so we'll see what's gonna happen, you know. I'm not gonna say anything now, but I don't even know myself, I tell you the truth. I just go over there and I'm gonna train with these guys, and I'm gonna trade with these guys and see what's happening.
So you don't make much of a game plan when you go through fights, or do you just kind of say, he's this kind of fighter, this might work against him, but let's just see what happens when I get there?
Well, I do a little bit, of course. I mean, I know what he's gonna do, so what I can counter from him, but you never know what he's changing, you know. So it's like, you gotta see what's happening. Yeah, I have a little game plan, but you can't do too much. I tell you the truth, I don't do it too much. I don't do it too much because lately, I mean, we never know. Like, I mean, you see Jon Jones and then Henderson, they almost put somebody else right away. So you just got to be ready, you know. This is MMA, and you got to be ready in the sport for anyone out there.
But you think, obviously, you have to believe that you're better than he is. So you're saying, yes, you have more tools. You think he just doesn't have as much on the ground? I mean, he does train with the Nogueiras, so obviously he's going to know a little bit about jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, no, he have his ground, you know. He defensive ground, and I see him trying to take guys down to in a couple fights. Maldonado's tough guys, and I mean, he's not there. He's there for a reason, you know. But yeah, I mean, I think I'm better than him. I think I'm better than him in the ground, in wrestling, and maybe stand up too, maybe in boxing too. We see about that.
Well, he is known for his boxing, but you did submit Kyle Kingsbury in your last fight, and you know, not that people didn't expect that, but you were beating him up, and then just went in for the submission to finish him off.
Yeah, well, I dropped him with the uppercut, and it was in the ground already, so I didn't try to take him down or anything, but no, I think he went for single leg after the uppercut, and we ended up in the ground. But yeah, the fight goes, right? Right. Whenever the fight goes, you got to fight.
Exactly. Well, and you do train with Chuck Liddell, who obviously, you know, can teach you a lot about wrestling, and you're here with Lou Polly today. Again, great wrestling. Why is it that Brazilians don't have as much of a foundation in wrestling? Because I've heard, you know, that from a lot of guys. Babalu once told me, he said, oh, I was a great wrestler in Brazil, but being a #1 wrestler in Brazil isn't really that big a deal because they're just not as into it.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have a wrestling school like they have over here. The wrestling's not as big. The competition, nobody really know wrestling, you know, like they do over here. There's a little passion over here for wrestling. Like, you see those guys that wrestle, they really, even hard to go to MMA because there's so much passion in wrestling. I mean, you see the kids, the parents go over there, and like they go and they cheering so much for the kids, and that's the passion there. We don't have that. We have like the national team. The girls is doing pretty good though. Yeah, one of the girls, Joyce, she went to Olympics this year. I think she won the first fight. She lost the second, but you know, that's a start.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
And, you know, we have a lot of talent. We have a lot of talent. And, you know, we have a lot of talent. And, you know, we have a lot of talent. And, you know, we have a lot of talent. And, you know, we have a lot of talent. And, you know, we have a lot of talent. And, you know, we have a lot of talent. And, you know, we have a lot of talent. And, you know, we have a lot of talent. And, you know, we have a lot of talent. And, you know, we have a lot of talent. And, you know, we have a lot of talent. And, you know, we have a lot of talent. And, you know, we have a lot of talent. And, you know, we have a lot of talent. And, you know, we have a lot of talent. And, you know, we have a lot of talent. And, you know, we have a lot of talent. And, you know, we have a lot of talent. And, you know, we have a lot of talent. And, you know, we have a lot of talent. And, you know, we have a lot of talent. And, you know, we have a lot of talent. And, you know, we have a lot of talent. And, you know, we have a lot of talent. And, you know, we have a lot of talent. And I mean, we don't have that foundation wrestling, but I've been wrestling with Chuck, you know, since 2004, you know, help him out, and now a bunch of great guys here at Black House. It's great.
So how did you get hooked up with him at first? Because that's been your team for a while. You've been training at the Pit, but then you also have been here, right? So how did you even get hooked up with Chuck in the first place?
Oh, Chuck was I fought Eric Short. It was a Pit guy in 2002, and then John, you know, he's like, I didn't know much then, and John just come to me and say, yeah, you pretty tough, man. You want to come down and train with us? I was like, I didn't understand English. So my friend was like, yeah, he wants you to train with him. I'm like, with Chuck Liddell? He's like, yeah, of course, I'll train with Chuck Liddell. So I think I live in Connecticut, so 2 years later, I come down and start living in San Luis Obispo County.
Right. Did he stick it to you at first? You know what I mean? Like, to Chuck, was he difficult at first? I mean,
you know, Chuck never talked much, but he was a nice guy all the way from the beginning. You know, he never talked much.
Did he beat you up a lot, though, at first?
No, actually, I mean, he was a super nice guy. He never tried to hurt me. Of course, I couldn't do anything with him in the beginning, but like, he never tried to hurt me or anything. Like sparring, he hit me light, and wrestling, but he's been teaching me, and I got better. Then we started training really hard. You know, I helped him out for his fight, and it's funny because now he's. I know he got a lot of things going on, but he still come here and help me every week. He come down to Black House. He's gonna go to the Pit this weekend to train with me and help me out in my wrestling, my stand-up, everything.
He's a great guy. Do you remember the first time, though, you tagged him really well, though? Like, you know what I mean? The first time he went, wait a minute.
I don't know. I guess, you know, was training with him. He was the champ, so he was in his prime. He was so good, and he's so hard to get inside and take him down. I remember, like, the first time I did take him down for like a split a second. I take him down, he's popped right back up, but I was so happy, right? I was like, wow, I take Chuck. I didn't sleep that night. I was like, I take Chuck down today. For a second, you know, he hit his butt in the floor and get up. But he was excited too. He was happy about it. He's like, yeah, see, a good shot, man, good shot and everything. So, yeah, you know, it was great, man.
That's great.
It's great training with him. He have a lot of experience, and he's a great guy as well, you know.
So you were supposed to fight Rampage, which would have been a great fight, I think. You know, how disappointed were you when that fight fell through? And then, well, first let me just ask you that part. So how disappointed were you when Rampage fell through?
A little bit disappointed. You know, I want to fight Rampage. I have Rampage as, you know, I can't say that like it's kind of like I'm fighting those guys. You know, I can't have him as an idol because I'm fighting him. So I'm not. But like, yeah, watch Rampage with pride, man. It's like I love his style. He's slamming people, and he's an excited fighter. You know, and he wants to excite fight. He was complaining about the boring fight in the UFC. I don't think he should complain, because if he wants to avoid the ground, do like what Chuck did, right? Avoid the ground, stand up, and do exciting fights. But like, whatever, you know. I was planning to do exciting fight with him. You know, I was like looking forward for this fight, and fortunately, he got hurt for next time. You know.
And was there an extra motivation from Chuck helping you train for Rampage to get a little bit of revenge for Chuck?
No, I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, it was like, I don't think that way. I mean, you know, Chuck is a man to deal with his problem. I mean, can you imagine all the guys that Chuck knocked out trying to have a revenge on me? I'd be like, let's be a stop, you know?
That'd be bad.
Yeah.
But it is interesting when your name comes up. You know, earlier in the summer, Dana had said that Shogun was avoiding you and, you know, ran from a fight with you. And then Stephan Bonnar said he didn't want to fight you because you didn't have enough Twitter followers yet. And how do you feel when they basically are saying that even though you're on a 16-fight win streak and you haven't lost since 2005, that you're not big enough yet for them to fight? How does that make you feel?
I really don't care about that too much. You know, I mean, I appreciate the UFC giving me a big name, like they say Shogun's name and Rampage, because they believe in, they trust, you know, my skills. But yeah, I don't really think about that. I mean, I'm gonna ask the Twitter followers to follow me, because unfortunately the guys don't want to fight me because I don't have enough Twitter followers. But yeah, man, I mean, I don't know. I just I don't care about that.
Don't worry about that. Would you have fought Stephan though? Would you have liked that fight?
Yeah, I fight anybody.
Yeah.
I fight anybody. I'm so excited to be in UFC, and I fight anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. It's great, but I mean, you haven't lost since 2005, which to me is just incredible. I mean, how does it even happen? Not that how does it happen? That's always a silly question because obviously you keep winning, but do you even know what it feels like to not win?
I don't remember. I don't remember. I don't remember my loss. So yeah, no, it's just great. I mean, a lot of training, you know, and have fun. It's like take the pressure away, you know.
Yeah.
It's like I learned that with champ like Lyoto and Chuck. You know, it's like have fun and take the pressure away. You know, like just go over there and do your thing. And that's like, I guess it's been working out for me.
I guess so.
Like my debut in UFC, you know, everybody think of, oh, you're nervous and everything. I wasn't. I was so happy to be there. And the same things like they was asking about, you nervous? This is a big deal. You're gonna fight Rampage and everything. No, I'm so happy, and still I'm so happy I'm fighting Maldonado. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
But certainly there is some pressure on you because, you know, Dana and Joe, obviously they're giving you these big fights. They have high expectations for you. So they're already putting you in positions that would make you like 3 fights from a title fight or something. So, and that's, you just got here.
Yeah, it's just great. I mean, I know a lot of work. I have a lot of fights, you know. Not a lot of fights, but you know, I have like 20 fights, so it's a good experience. But yeah, just you know, just keep winning, keep putting a fight for the fans, and see where I go from there. You know, you never know. That's why it's so great about MMA. You never know what's happening, right? I don't want to be that promised and. Like, oh, this is the promise. I just want to go and fight. No matter who I fight. Like, I think this is actually good. Like, I don't want to be like second fight, you know, Rampage and have that big name and whatever, the promise and everything. It's just like Maldonado is great too. The people think like, wow, I come from a loss, so is Rampage, right? But like, of course, Rampage be better for everything, like his name and everything. But I'm happy the same way. Yeah. I'll be happy with the victory.
But certainly it had to feel good when you did get to finally get in the UFC. I mean, people who don't know that you had visa issues, and they basically wanted you a long time ago, right? And it just took a while to get all that worked out?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, with my record and everything, so we talk about, I think Joe Silva talked with Jon a couple times, and get him when he get the green card, just give me a call. So I guess that's the first I call Ed and say, that's the first guy I call, actually. Yeah. I was like before my mom.
Ed Suarez was the first one you called?
Because I went to the interview, and they say, yeah, man, you're going to get your green card in a couple of days. So I should call my mom and say, yeah, I call Ed. Say, hey, Ed, I called Joe Silva. I got the green card, man. I can be in the United States in 10 days. So
awesome. That's awesome. And who did you train with when you were back in Brazil? Because you were there, you had to stay there for a few years, right?
Yeah, I trained at Academy Delfim, first Tijuca, Rio de Janeiro, and with Pedro Rizzo and a bunch of other my friends that they used to come and it's like, hey, can I do MMA with you after everything started? But me and Pedro is the main guy, but like then we found a bunch of guys, and then in Manguinhos oil company just opened up a big camp for us too. So then we move up to Manguinhos, and we have the Manguinhos camp, fight camp over there now with Pedro. But it's a lot of guys, a lot of great guys. You guys gonna heard about it soon.
Nice. And so how do you like California? Does it treat you well? I mean, is it a good place for, you know, there's so much MMA here now. It's treating you right?
Yeah, this is the best place in the world. Like, I love California, and it's amazing, man. Yeah. It's special the way I live. I'll never move out of there. I'll be there forever, I think.
Would you ever open your own school, you think?
Yeah, I'm planning about it, you know, thinking about it. That's maybe next year or 2 years from now, but I like to teach. I like to teach little kids the most.
Do you?
Yeah, I love little kids and teach them and see how they learn, you know, and it's like, it's kind of feel good, like, hey, this kid is like, he's doing, I like to train like team too, you know, like I like to have my fight team someday.
Right, right. No, that'd be good. And well, you don't have any kids yet, you said, right?
No, I don't.
You might have some at some point, maybe?
Yeah, I will.
Yeah? Would you let him fight?
Kids. Whatever he wants to do or she wants to do. Yeah, I don't.
Because, you know, you hear that a lot, that people don't want, oh, I'll fight, but I don't want my kid to fight.
Yeah, yeah. But I don't have a kid yet, but I don't think I'm gonna support whatever they want to do, right? That's like, because I don't want to be, I didn't do what my daddy wants to do. I mean, I wanted when I was a kid, but after you get old, you just walk the other way. But
what did he want you to do?
He just wanted me to do, be in a farm and be veterinarian?
Veterinarian, yeah.
But no, I didn't like school too much. I didn't like to go to school too much.
Yeah, you kind of need to go.
But I like the animals and stuff. But it's just going to school, like, it's not the same thing.
No. No. So now you can get your own farm where you live, right? Because you've got space. You can
that's the plan.
Yeah, nice.
That's the plan right now.
So when you look at the light heavyweight division, how do you what do you think of Jon Jones? First question. How do you think he can be beat?
Great fighter, you know. He can be beat, and you just gotta get an insight, you know. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think about him a little bit because he's a champ, and about, you know, I'm in a division, but like not too much yet. But I think he have to play a Tyson game, you know, and get an insight, because those guys, they fight him. You never know when you get there why you gotta get, like Tyson always say, everybody have a game plan until they get hit with the right hand, right? But like you never know, like those guys have a game plan, and they stay in the outside. They let Jon Jones doing the
kicks to the knee,
you know what I mean? He's doing his thing, but like you think, like, you know, I'm saying this right now, but like maybe I fight him in a couple of years and I'm gonna do the same thing. But the thing is, you gotta do your thing, you know, not let him do it, because that's not the way to fight him.
No.
Vito almost got him.
I know. Wasn't that crazy?
Yeah, it was
exciting. Yeah. Well, the thing is, too, I think what was kind of frustrating for people in that fight is everybody knows that Vitor is a good boxer. If what would have happened if he had gotten inside and was able to tag him a little bit more? But the fact that he almost got the armbar, I thought was just wild.
Too much energy, I think, he spent in the armbar. He seems a little tired. And, right after the second round, you know, he got caught too. But he seems a little tired. But he had the speed. Like he have a lot of chance to beat him. But the weight too, you know, like too much over there in the top. Jon Jones is heavier. And I don't know. I knew it was going to be hard for Vito.
Oh, of course. Yeah. But are there fights you would like? I mean, obviously, I know you'll take anything they give you, but was Shogun an interesting option for you? Was that something you were looking forward to?
Yeah, Shogun is a great option. You know, he's a great name and he's a great fighter. You know, I'll love to fight him anytime, but it's up to them over there. You know, I don't have nothing against him. I think he's a great fighter, but I love to fight him.
Yeah, but would you ever fight, you know, some of the guys you train with? I know people talk about their teams and they wouldn't fight anybody, but
yeah, you know, it's you gotta say it's a money thing, like Chuck and Tito back in the days, they didn't want to fight, but then Tito started talking things about Chuck, and like Chuck was like. But like at the same time, like if you champ, and if you best friend, whatever, he's there in the line and you're not gonna give him the title shot. I think that's worse than you give him the title shot, right? Like I think like no, you deserve the title shot, man. Right. We're gonna fight. We're gonna go over there. We're gonna throw, and you're gonna fight for the title. Right. Not hold him back, because you know what I mean. Right. Like, oh, I'm a champ, but you my best friend. You the second guy, but you my best friend. We're not gonna fight. That's really not your friend. Right. But I say for the title, yeah, it's good. But I'd rather not fight my friends, you know. I'll never see myself fight Lyoto. I have dinner in his house all the time. And sit down with his kid and his wife. I do not like to fight him.
It'd be exciting, though, but, you know.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, he's just great to watch. I think I don't know if you've heard. I mean, you would know because you know his family. But everybody talks about the fact that in his last fight, you know how his family is so chill. You know that Lyoto's family was like this, and that literally they were saying, you know, his dad and everything. You know, that the last fight and they just kind of looked at each other and went, And that was it. Like, that was their celebration. That was it.
Yeah,
so badass.
Discipline is, and he's there. Like, I play around because you know, California have great wine.
Of course.
And he come here. He love horses too.
Yeah.
So he's like, come here. I take him to place. I bring him a good wine. Say, hey, this is good. Let's drink this one. So we drink like, and we talking all the day and steak. I was like, yeah. He's like, so Lyoto be the champ and you're gonna fight him? It's like just talking about like, and it's like, no, I don't want to fight Lyoto. Like, you have to fight. You have to fight him. Yeah, you have to fight. I make him fight Shinzo. Shinzo, that's his brother. You know?
Right.
His father is great guy. I love Machida, man.
Yeah.
I love him. He's a great guy. He gives you so much confidence too when you talk with him.
Right. That's great. Well, you have a heck of a team here, and based on what I saw in your training, you look good. Is it hard for you to make weight?
You know, I have to watch what I eat, but I'm not saying it's hard because I've done it so many times. Mm-hmm. It is a little hard because you gotta watch every little thing. But yeah, I'm good doing it because I already know what to do. You know, I got 2.5 more weeks to cut and then after that I can eat whatever.
When you go to Brazil, you're gonna eat the chicken hearts?
I don't like chicken hearts too much.
Because I was there for the show in Belo Horizonte, and I was out with Vanderlei and Fabricio, and we were all eating dinner, you know, and everything, and then the guy came around with the chicken hearts, and I was like, yeah. And they're all chowing down. They said it makes you guys it makes you strong and everything.
They do. I don't like chicken hearts, so.
I don't either. Well, good luck, and thanks for taking the time today, and I look forward to seeing you fight more in the UFC. It's a long time coming,
thank you. Appreciate
we're glad you're here.
All right, thank you. Follow in a tweet. Olá, eu sou o Lyoto Teixeira e vocês estão assistindo o MMA H.E.A.T.